Hey guys, alright, so this week for Wagashi Sundays, I'm actually out in Kyoto at the moment, and the place I really wanted to show you guys was the shop you can see just behind me. So this place is a very, very old candy shop. I'm going to put the name of it in because I can't quite remember it off the top of my head, but there's a really wonderful story that goes along with it. So I thought I would do a little bit of a taste test. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. So yeah, let's go. Hey guys, alright, so clearly I'm not in Kyoto anymore. I actually decided to come home to do the taste test and also kind of talk to you guys about the story that's behind this particular wagashi, just because it was really crazy busy and I just thought it might be a little bit easier. So the store I actually went to is called Minato ya Yurei Kosodate Ame Honpo, and the translation that's actually in the store, so there's actually English information there, is the Ghost Childcare Candy Shop. Alright, so this store has been there for over 400 years and it's a very traditional business. The area it's actually located in is very close to Kiyomizu-dera, and it's also kind of the area where a long time ago a lot of burials and that for Kyoto were happened. So given this kind of history and background, there's a lot of, well, this particular store has a bit of a supernatural tale to tell about its main product, and it actually only sells one thing, and that is this. And this is today's wagashi. So this is actually called Yurei Kosodate Ame, or Ghost Childcare Candy. The product apparently hasn't really changed in the time that the shop has been making it, and that's, as I said, over 400 years. So yeah, the story behind this particular candy, or attached to this candy, is very cool, and I really want to share it with you guys because it's really interesting. So about 400 years ago, during midsummer, and I think a lot of Japanese ghost stories kind of tend to happen at that kind of time of year, the shopkeeper from this particular store was starting to close up shop and get ready for bed. It was about midnight, so all of his work had been done for the day, when he actually heard a rapping on the front door of the shop. So he went to see who was there, what was going on, and a young woman was standing there, and she asked whether she could buy some candy from him. So the shopkeeper, thinking this was a little bit strange, kind of relented. He packaged up the candy and gave it to her, and she went on her way. So he kind of just chalked this up to being a bit of a strange situation and didn't really think much of it until the same woman came back the next day, and the next day, and the next day. For about 6 days in a row, this same woman would come at about midnight and buy this particular candy from the shopkeeper. So by the time about the 6th or 7th night rolled around, the shopkeeper thought, look, this is really odd. I need to find out what's going on here. Who is this woman? Why is she coming at midnight? So the next time she came, he decided that he was going to follow her and see where she was from, and just to see what was going on. So again, on that 7th night, the woman came back, and again about midnight, and asked whether she could have some more candy. So the shopkeeper packaged it up and gave it to her, and she went on her way, but this time he decided to follow her. So he kept his distance so as not to scare her, and so she wasn't aware that he was following her. And she actually started heading into the nearby graveyard. And the shopkeeper thought this was really quite strange. Like, what was the young woman about, past midnight doing hanging around a graveyard? So as he turned the corner into the graveyard and walked in, he realized that the woman had actually disappeared. He looked around and he couldn't see her anywhere. And by this time he was getting a little bit scared, like there was something very strange going on, clearly. But when he was, preparing to leave and just about to go, he started hearing the very faint cries of a baby coming from, somewhere near some of the graves. And he kind of walked over and saw there was quite a fresh grave. It had only probably been there a couple of days, and he could just faintly hear this baby crying. So he quickly decided to go and wake up the priest from the temple, and they both went back over to this particular area in this kind of new grave where they could hear the crying, and And they thought, okay, look, we've got to check this. It's not good that they can hear crying from a baby coming from there. So they dug up the grave and unearthed the coffin. And as they opened the coffin, there was a brand new born baby sucking on the candy from the shopkeeper's store. So it turned out the priest told the shopkeeper that about 7 days earlier, a young pregnant woman had actually died, and she'd been buried in this particular grave. And for some reason the baby was actually still alive, and somehow she'd been able to give birth to this baby. And through the love for her child, she had somehow managed to find some way of caring for him and taking care of him and feeding him. And so she'd made the walk to that particular candy shop every day to buy candy for her baby. Hence why this is called Yurei Kosodate Ame. So ghost childcare candy. And this story is a really kind of, I think it's considered to be a very beautiful example of like maternal love and that kind of, you know, living beyond even death. So this particular story is actually supposed to have been the inspiration for the creator of Gegege no Kitaro, which is a very famous kind of ghost anime in Japan. And this candy is obviously the candy from the story. So I thought I would give it a try. I thought that'd be kind of cool. I mean, it's a really, really old product to start off with without having a very cool ghost story attached to it. But yeah, so let's try our Yurei Kosodate Ame. Okay, so this is our Yurei Kosodate Ame candy. And as you can see, it's just kind of like a hard boiled toffee kind of candy. And I think it's kind of ginger flavored or something like that. So let's try. Okay. It's really crunchy. I made a bad decision in picking hard candy because now I have to eat the whole thing before I can talk again. Okay. Oh my god, that was ridiculous. Okay, so it's really, really nice. As with Japanese sweets, while it's sweet, it's not overly like ridiculously sweet. And it's got a very like traditional kind of Japanese taste. I think it's a little bit, I think ginger maybe, but not really strong. It's just a really nice, just kind of sweet toffee-y kind of taste. Yeah, it's really nice. But yeah, I think the really wonderful thing about it is the beautiful story that's behind it. So yeah, I think that is about it for this Sunday's Wagashi Sunday. I hope you guys liked it. I've got another one from Kyoto coming up for next week, which I hope you guys like as well. I'm going to film it today as well and be very cheeky with that. But anyway, as always, I really hope you guys like this. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, as per usual. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. So, as always, I will see you guys very, very soon. I hope you have a great one, and I will see you later. Bye!